Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question's to the Prime Minister. The chant from the river to the sea demands the destruction of the Jewish state. The Prime Minister has said it's both violent and incompatible with peace. But Labor Senator Fatima Payman has accused the Prime Minister of defending the oppressor's right to oppress and repeated the chant. Will the Prime Minister show strong, not weak leadership and remove Senator Payman from the Joint Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade?
Call to the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. I thank the member for his question. I thank him for his principled leadership on a range of issues when it comes to race issues. The principled issue that stance that he took, which is why he now sits where he does rather than down the front, which showed courage. I'm not quite sure why that is somehow controversial. I'm being...
Order. The member for Barker. Order. The member for Barara was heard in silence and given courtesy and respect. Just asking a little bit shown to the Prime Minister. It will be heard in silence.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I praised him due to his principled stance there, and I praise him for the principled stance that he has taken about the rise in anti-Semitism. It has been my privilege to stand with the member for Barara in my own electorate at the Exodus Foundation and speak about the need to bring the country together, to reconcile with our past and to celebrate our multiculturalism here. The chant from the river to the sea has been used from time to time by some in the pro-Palestinian movement, by some who argue that Israel should be just one state as well and that Gaza and West Bank should be wiped out. It is inappropriate. I very strongly believe in a two-state solution. I strongly believe in the right of Israel to exist within secure borders. I strongly believe as well in the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people. What we need to do, and why Australia voted in the United Nations as we did last Friday, was to join other nations, including the New Zealand, and I pay tribute to Prime Minister Luxon, to join with Japan and Korea and ASEAN nations, to say that...
Order. Prime Minister will pause and I'll hear from the member for Barara.
Mr Speaker, on relevance, this is a question about the Prime Minister's actions in relation to Senator Payman's statements yesterday. We haven't heard anything about that yet.
The Prime Minister is referring to topics of the question, but I will ask him to, for the remainder of his answer for the minute, to make sure he is directly relevant to the question.
I've said very clearly that that slogan that calls for a single state is not appropriate.
Order.
Is not appropriate. I believe very strongly that...
Order. Members have got to cease interjecting for the remainder of this answer, otherwise they won't be here.
I believe very strongly that the world has an opportunity to often... there is a saying that a time of war is the best time to talk about peace. We have an opportunity to take forward the resolution that is required, which does require a two-state solution. We continue to express our unequivocal opposition to the terrorist actions of Hamas on October 7. We continue to call for a release of hostages. We continue to call for a humanitarian ceasefire and for humanitarian aid to be given to the people of Gaza. We continue to call for a two-state solution where both Israelis and Palestinians can live in...